Welcome back to Africa Flashes. In this video, we will talk about the only site in Rwanda, Nyungwe National Park, recently inscribed on the World Heritage List this month, making it the country's first site to attain such status. UNESCO described Nyungwe National Park as a serial property representing an important area for rainforest conservation in Central Africa. The property is home to intact forests, peat bogs, moors, thickets, and grasslands, providing habitats for highly diverse flora and fauna. The park also contains the most significant natural habitats for several species found nowhere else in the world, including the globally threatened eastern chimpanzee, pan troglodytes schweinfortii, golden monkey, Cercopithecus mitis ssp. Canti, and the critically endangered Hill's horseshoe bat, Rhinolophus hillorum. There are also 12 mammal and 7 bird species that are globally threatened. With 317 species of birds recorded, Nyungwe National Park is one of the most important sites for bird conservation in Africa. One of the newspapers online wrote that Rwanda welcomed the inscription of the country's Nyungwe National Park on the World Heritage List Tuesday, making it the country's first site to attain such status. The announcement was made during an ongoing meeting of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, World Heritage Committee in the Saudi Arabian capital of Riyadh. This is a significant designation that will reinforce Rwanda's ongoing conservation efforts, said Rwanda government spokesperson Yolanda Makolo on the social media network X, formerly known as Twitter. Representing the government at the meeting, Jean Damascene Bizimana, the Rwandan Minister of National Unity and Civic Engagement, said that this move would increase the park's worldwide popularity, spur tourist visits, and enhance research activities related to the park. This inscription is not only a contribution to the preservation of Rwanda's natural heritage but also of particular significance to the Rwandan people since it is the first site inscribed on this universal list, Bizimana said in a statement. UNESCO noted that the serial property represents an important area for rainforest conservation in Central Africa. Established as a nature reserve in 1933, the forest became a national park in 2005 following the Rwandan government's efforts to enhance its protection and safeguard the thousands of endangered and endemic species it harbors. Covering an expanse of 101,900 hectares, Nyungwe National Park is the region's largest block of natural forest. Boasting remarkable biodiversity, it is home to over a dozen species of primates, 322 bird species, 200 identified orchids, and nearly 300 butterfly species, including several endemic to the park. The park is managed by the African Parks Network, a non-governmental organization specializing in conservation, in partnership with the Rwandan government. Here are a few things you need to know about Nyungwe National Park. It is one of the oldest rainforests in Africa. Nyungwe is rich in biodiversity and spectacularly beautiful. The mountainous region is teeming with wildlife, including a small population of chimpanzees as well as 12 other species of primate, including the list's monkey endemic to the Albertine Rift. With 15 trails, some of which are detailed here, along with various other activities, visitors can choose to sample the delights of the forest or indulge themselves for a week or more in one of Africa's most stunning forests. Primate tracking tops most visitor lists, but it's worth lingering longer for those with time to relax and enjoy the primal atmosphere. Botanists will marvel at the 1,068 plant species and 140 orchids. The birdwatching is among the best in Africa, with 322 bird species, including red-collared babbler and 29 other Albertine Rift endemic species. Butterflies are also a common sight, with at least 120 species. There are 75 known mammals in Nyungwe, such as the serval cat, mongoose, Congo clawless otter, and leopard, to name but a few. Many tend to be shy, so sightings are the luck of the draw. Memorable and photogenic moments include walking up to the Isumo waterfall or along the Canopy Walk suspension bridge. Tea plantations border the edges of the park, with a habituated troop of Ruwenzori colobus monkeys at Gizakura and forest fringe birds. With plenty of rainfall, Nyungwe is Rwanda's primary catchment area and supplies water to 70% of the country. A ridge running through the forest forms a watershed between the drainage systems of the Nile and the Congo. A spring on the slopes of Mount Bigugu is said to be the most remote source of the Nile, the world's longest river.